Hello, learners! How are you today? I hope that you're doing great. Welcome to another day of learning opportunities. I am your teacher, Mr. Marlon T. Manzo, and I will be discussing with you another topic in English 8. But before that, let me remind you that whenever you go out from your respective homes, don't forget to wear a mask and always observe social distancing. But, if possible, it is better that you stay home. Alright? Now, before we proceed to the lesson proper, let's take a look on the objectives for today's session. Alright, I know that you are ready and prepared for today's session. After going through this video lesson, you are expected to first, identify propaganda techniques and the words or expressions used in commercial advertising. Number 2, create a propaganda or advertisement using one of the propaganda techniques. And number 3, appreciate the importance of knowing propaganda techniques through active participation in learning activities. Now, before we proceed to the lesson proper, let us try this activity titled Know This Ad. Directions: study the picture. Then, answer the questions that follow by choosing the letter that corresponds to your answer. Write your answer on a clean sheet of paper. Number 1. What is the product's name? Letter A, chip. Letter B, chips. Letter C, sin chip. Or letter D, sun chips. What is your answer? If your answer is letter D, you're correct. The product's name is sun chips. Number 2. What details or descriptions have you observed in the sun chips ad? A. 30% less fats. Letter B. 18 grams whole grain. Letter C. 0 trans fat. Or letter D. All of the above. What is your answer? If your answer is letter D, you're correct. All of the above. Okay? Sun chips is 30% less fats, 18 grams whole grain, 0 trans fat. Let's proceed. Number 3. Why do you think the advertiser showed the details or the descriptions beside the image of sun chips? Letter A, to make the people aware of the product. Letter B, to promote mathematical figures in the product. Letter C, to convince people to buy the product for its nutritional value. Letter D, to tell consumers the product is already available in the market. What is your answer? Alright, if your answer is letter C, you're correct. The advertiser showed the details or the descriptions beside the image of sun chips to convince people to buy the product for its nutritional value. Okay? Let's proceed to number 4. The question is, what is the intention of the slogan, "Less salt than you think," of the ad? Letter A, to tell the consumers that the product is 0 trans fat. Letter B, to convince the consumers that the product is delicious. Letter C, to convince the consumers that the product is nutritious. Or letter D, to persuade the people that the product is better for it contains lesser fats. Alright, what is your answer? If your answer is letter C, again, you're correct. Now, Is everybody got a perfect score? If not, don't worry, because you will be learning more as you go along in this lesson. Let's proceed. Now, what is propaganda? Propaganda is the spreading of information that aims to convince the public to react or to take action. It shows bias by nature because advertisers only present information favorable to their products or services. Propaganda is synonymous with advertisements and announcements. In the other words, propaganda is always presenting information that are favorable to the products or services of the advertisers. Right? What are propaganda techniques? Propaganda techniques are the different methods or styles used in advertisement to promote products or services. The purpose of propaganda techniques is to persuade people to believe in something and respond favorably to the advertisers or propagandists. In other words, propaganda techniques being used by advertisers to persuade us in order for us to believe that their products and services are good. Right? Now, these are the types of propaganda techniques. We have the first one, bandwagon. What is bandwagon? It is a propaganda technique that urges people to believe everyone is buying it. Therefore, you should do the same. We have here McDonald's hamburgers. Over 100 million sold. The intent of the message, over 100 million sold, is to make other people feel that a lot of people are buying McDonald's hamburger, and those who are not buying will be left behind. In other words, the advertiser of this product wants us also to buy hamburgers because it is said that over 100 million sold. If we will not buy it, we can say that we are being left behind because we do not buy their product. Okay? Number 2, we have here testimonial. It is a propaganda technique in which a celebrity or influential politician endorses a product or services. What is the intent of this ad? The intent of this ad, which uses a famous person as an endorser, is for the viewers to like the product because their favorite celebrities endorse it. As we can see in this ad, Chris Aquino, a famous celebrity, endorses Nescafe. And it has a slogan that says, I finally found the coffee that goes well with my busy schedule. Alright? Let's proceed to number 3. Another type of propaganda technique is transfer. It is a propaganda technique in which an advertiser tries to link or associate the good qualities of the endorser to the product or services that he is endorsing. Moreover, it turns out that both the model and the product share positive attributes or qualities that convince the buyers. What does it mean? This ad intends to convince buyers to buy because the boxer's strength is transferred or is associated with the quality of the product. Right? As a result, the audience may think that using the product may make them be like the boxer. As we can see in the advertisement, when we take Alaxan, we will feel like Manny Pacquiao. Okay? That is transfer. Number 4, another type of propaganda technique is card stacking. What is card stacking? It is a propaganda technique that often shows the good or the positive qualities of any promoted product over the other. It uses promos like more and improved. The intent of the ad is to make people believe the product is better than the other for it has 35% more. This can catch viewers' eye and can influence them to buy. Okay? So, really, it can catch the viewer's attention to buy the product. Okay? Let's proceed. Number 5, we have glittering generalities. It is a propaganda technique whom propagandists or advertisers use words or phrases filled with praises to influence the audience. World-class food and number one leading brand are examples. Okay? The intent of this ad is to make consumers believe that using this Philippines number one best soap is like using the best soap in the country. So we can see here the slogan says that Philippines number one germ protection soap. So it can really catch our eyes, right? It can really invite us to buy the soap because it is the number one germ protection soap in the country. Okay? Now, we already discussed the 5 propaganda techniques, which are number 1, bandwagon, number 2, testimonial, number 3, transfer, number 4, card stacking, and number 5, we have glittering generalities. Now, let's proceed to an activity. Let us practice this. We have here an advertisement about an Ariel. What is the propaganda technique used in the commercial or advertisement? Of course, the propaganda technique used in here is, what do you think? The propaganda technique being used here is testimonial. Okay? The Ariel detergent powder is being introduced or endorsed by a famous celebrity and singer who is Regine Velasquez Alcacid. So that is why the propaganda technique being used here is testimonial. Next, what do you think is the purpose of the words or expressions remove 99.9 of germs and viruses? What does it mean? The purpose of this is to convince consumers to buy because of the product's advantage, where it can remove 99.9% of germs and viruses. Now, who will benefit the propaganda techniques? Of course, the advertisers and propagandists. Okay? Alright, let us practice more. Direction: answer the questions below the ad. Write your answer on a 1/2 sheet of paper. Okay? Number 1 question: what is the intention of this ad? You can see here a house with a heart inside and the text saying stay at home. Number 2, in a paragraph, write lines for an advertisement that may convince people to stay home and to stay safe. Okay? Now, this is your performance task. I can do it. This is the direction. Create your own advertisement in a short bond paper. Think of a product and a product name. Then, use any of the propaganda techniques. Make sure to write a catchy slogan and to explain the intention of the said slogan at the bottom of your illustration or drawing. Okay? This is the rubrics for your performance task. We have here 3 criteria. First, the idea, effort, and creativity or design. Under the idea, 5 for excellent. If the idea of the work is excellently presented. Effort, 5. Excellent. If the work manifests extra time for planning and development of the craft. Creativity and design. 5. Or excellent if the work shows 90% to 95% of originality and craftsmanship. Total 15 points. Alright? Submit your work during the distribution and retrieval of your self learning modules. Let us reflect. Nowadays, connectivity among people is in a tick of a finger because of the accessibility of modern technology. Advertisers can easily disseminate information worldwide through social media. However, one person must be clever enough to screen or choose reliable sources from the fake ones. Thus, we should not believe right away what is being presented to us in an advertisement. Instead, we should see to it that the products or services are not harmful to us and to our family. Alright, that's all for today's session. I hope that you learned something from this video lesson. For any concerns and queries, you may contact the following. My cell phone number 0929-319-2913. Email address marlmanzo2021@gmail.com or through my Facebook or Messenger account at marlmanzo. Alright, that's all for today's session. See you in our next video lesson. Bye-bye!